Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you today? I hope you still have an energy to learn about physics today. Before we start our learning session, let's pray together according to our respective religions and beliefs. Prayers are welcome. Prayers are over. Thank you. Let's check your presence to our class today. Make sure your friend already joined our Zoom. And is there anyone who still not enter our room today? Or did anyone not come to our class? There's no one? Okay, that's good. It means we have a complete team to learn about physics today. Now, before we start our learning session, I have a quote. Maybe it could be motivate you to have more energy and to encourage your motivation to study about physics. Okay. There is a quote that says, hard work is the formula of success. It's true because if you want to reach your success, you should hard work more and more. For now, we will see what is our learning objectives for today. Okay, let me tell you that today we will learn about heat transfer in our fourth meeting. So our learning objectives is to analyze heat transfer by conduction, convection, and radiation. And we also have achievement indicators of learning objectives. First, observing heat transfer in a variety of phenomena. Second, indicate the various types of heat transfer. Third, analyze the heat transfer that an object undergoes. Fourth, determine the rate of heat flow by conduction, convection, and radiation. So there is a question here. During the day, have you ever worn black clothes? How do you feel? What is the difference when you wear white clothes? Does anyone want to answer this question? Yes, please. That's right. When we wear black clothes, it feels hotter than when we wear white clothes. Why? It's because black clothes will absorb more heat from the environment. So there is a heat transfer from the environment to the black clothes. That is the answer. Thank you. So we will move to the learning materials. Okay, now take a look to this picture. We can see that there are few people sit around the campfire. And have you ever do it like you put your hand in front of campfire and your hand will feel hot too. So why it can happen to your hand? Does anyone want to share your opinion? Yes, please. Yeah, that's right. It kills the heat from the campfire will move to our hand. So it's called heat transfer. Good job. Thank you for your answer. So we have seen the previous picture that I have given to you. It's about some people who sit around a campfire and put their hands in front of the campfire. Or after some time, their hand was getting hotter. It's because the heat from campfire will move to their hands without matter. It's called the radiation process. It's one of type from heat transfer. Now I have a demonstration video for all of you, and you should analyze and also make a conclusion about it. It's talk about radiation too. Between two things. The first one is white lamp and the second one is black lamp. We will see. Okay.
Percobaan perpindahan kalor radiasi. Alat dan bahan yang digunakan. 1. Papan percobaan dengan termometer yang terpasang. 2. Dua buah lilin yang dinyalakan. 3. Dua bekas bolam lampu, bening dan yang diwarnai hitam. 4. Plastisin. 5. Stopwatch. Langkah kerja percobaan. 1. Lihat dan catat suhu yang terukur pada skala termometer sebagai suhu awal. 2. Letakkan bolam bening dengan lubang masuk ke termometer. 3. Sumbat pinggir lubang bolam menggunakan plastisin. 4. Letakkan kedua lilin di sebelah kanan dan kiri bolam. 5. Biarkanlah selama 10 menit. Ukur waktu menggunakan stopwatch. 6. Lihat, catat suhu yang terukur pada skala termometer sebagai suhu akhir. 7. Lakukan percobaan yang sama dengan menggunakan bolam hitam. 8. Lihat dan catat suhu yang terukur pada skala termometer sebagai suhu awal. 9. Letakkan bolam hitam dengan lubang masuk ke termometer. 10. Sumbat pinggir lubang bolam menggunakan plastisin. 11. Letakkan kedua lilin di sebelah kanan dan kiri bolam. 12. Biarkanlah selama 10 menit. Ukur waktu menggunakan stopwatch. 13. Lihat dan catat suhu yang terukur pada skala termometer sebagai suhu akhir. 14. Catat hasil percobaan kamu, lalu buatlah kesimpulan dari percobaan tersebut.
Okay, we have finished to watch the demonstration video. It's actually related to our triggering question before. Why when we use the black clothes will feel hotter more than the white clothes? Who wants to answer? Okay, please. That's good. There are different temperature between the initial condition and the final condition. From the initial condition, we have 30 degrees Celsius temperature of pot of lamps. And for the white one, the final condition, we have 33 degrees Celsius for the temperature, and for the black one, it's 40 degrees Celsius for the temperature. Thank you, that's true. And also, the conclusion is the black lamp will absorb the heat more than the white one. That is the reason why when we use the black clothes, we'll get hotter than the white clothes. So let's move to our learning materials today. Now we will talk about our learning materials today. It's about heat transfer. From this slide, we can know that the definition of heat is a form of energy. Can move from an object with a high temperature to an object with a low temperature in three ways, depending on the medium. So the heat will move from the high to the low. Remember that, it's important. And what is the three ways? The first one is conduction, the second one is convection, and the last is radiation. So what is the definition of heat transfer? Heat transfer is the energy exchange between materials It could be solid, it could be liquid, or it could be gas. As a result of a temperature difference is reverted to as heat transfer. Okay, so we can see the illustration here. It's talk about heat transfer when we boil to water. It could be conduction when you put your hand to the pan, and it could be convection because of the water inside the pan, and also it could be radiation between the environment and the fire from the stove. Okay, next, this is the explanation of that illustration before. You can read by yourself. And after that, we will talk about conduction. What's the definition of conduction? Conduction is the transfer of heat through a substance without the movement of its particles. So it means there is no particles move. Heat transfer by conduction generally occurs in solids. So conduction is normally occurs in solids such as metals, iron, and copper. This is the equation of heat transfer of conduction. And next is convection. It's a process of heat propagation followed by molecules of an intermediary substance. So there is a movement from the materials. It is important to understand that convection only occurs in fluids. So it's only for fluids or liquid things. This is the convection equation, as you can see. And the last is radiation. The definition is the transfer of heat energy in the form of electromagnetic waves. It's like waves, the shape, the type of this heat transfer. And the process of heat transfer by radiation doesn't require matter. We don't need matter for this heat transfer. This is the equation of radiation, as you can see. Okay, we will move to the next session. Okay, we have seen the demonstration video and also the radiation phenomenon from a picture. Now, should do a student worksheet about heat transfer. So I will divide into several groups with 5, 6 person in each. Let me show you the student worksheets first. Okay, as you can see here, you can fill the class, date, group, and member of group. And after that, you should read the learning objectives here and the instruction, how to do the student worksheet, and you should answer the trigger question. Why does the pot of water that is boils salt? And we have 3 sections here. First one, you should analyze phenomenon here. And section 2, you should calculate the number of heat of 3 questions. And the last section, or the section 3, you should present the phenomena, which one have the same heat transfer and heat duration. And here and questions. Okay, if there is no question, you may do your general. The time is up. Now it's the time for presentation. For group 1 and group 3, you may present first in front of your friends. For group 3, thank you for group 3. Good job. Next is group 1. Thank you, group 1. And for the other group who haven't finished yet, you may finish it first, and after that you collect it to me. Let's move to the next session. So, from our learning today, we can mention that heat will move from an object that have a high temperature to lower temperature in three ways. It could be conduction, and radiation, and it's also called heat transfer. Is there any question? There is no question? Okay, let's prepare ourselves to close our learning today. We will end our learning session today, and for the next meeting, we will have post test to prepare yourself. Now, let's pray together before we close our learning. Prayers are over. Thank you very much for today. Good afternoon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.